Okay, do it. And then let me just stick this in here. Where's the hole in there? Can I see it? I stick the hole in there. I wonder if it's because I'm running low on my battery. So, okay, so if it's here, then go here, put it like that. And just stick it in there. Okay, there we go. Rock and roll. Now, by any chance, you're not able to see if it's filming right or not. I wonder if it's gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Like you're not able to see, right? Like if it's, like, hold on. Oh shit, you know what? I'll just take my chances. If this one's a bust, then it's a bust. I'm gonna assume that it's, right? Let's just like that. Like I'm pretty much over here. I'm gonna assume it's gonna record.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, right?
Just
I don't have to be too close. Oh man, I wonder if it's gonna be, all right. I guess we can just work it like that.
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, you're good right there.
Alrighty? You can do that? You got the air and everything on?
Yeah, cool. I just have to do this one.
You have to do what I'm saying?
There's the guy.
Oh my God, yes, he's such a moron. I can't stand the way he talks and I can't stand his videos.
Yeah.
Yes, and for a good looking guy, you know what I'm saying? And I can't stand the way he would be like, hey there, this is Jeff. So what are you guys doing? It's like he put on this persona and stuff, and he's in his car, and who did he shoot up? He shot up,
He shot up his roommates and then he just drove around and started kidding people.
yeah, okay, but Ivan, just by looking at his face, and he has that, I just couldn't stand how he was like, hey there, me here again. Anyways, gonna be doing this. He had that kind of like pompous look to his face, and just kind of like, yeah, this. Ugh, I can't with that guy. He's just, I can't with his ass. At all whatsoever. Okay.
That was the dude. That was the guy.
Am I good on the mic here? I don't have to be that close and all that jazz? Do you want to hear me out?
Let me see.
Cool. The test. We're testing, talking, testing. Testing Ricky Castle documentary. As far as reviewing and all of that jazz. Test.
There.
Test. We're going to be testing right now. Walking, talking. We're walking the line. We're walking the green mile. Walking the line. Walking the green mile.
Okay, I can hear you.
We're doing all right? Okay. That sounds good. And you let me know when we're walking.
Okay.
I'm gonna take off myself. You got the names of the people we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay, great.
Get the page, okay. Open the page again. Here we go. Okay, fine. Just make sure this stays on. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Troglodyte Podcast. I am Loki Jesse. Tim is celebrating his Christmas vacation today, but I am joined today with the lovely Herlika Rose. Rose, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Glad to be here. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while. Thank you for taking your time out of your day, busy schedule, and being here with us. As always, before we start, I gotta give out a shout outs to our friends and local businesses. So, shout out to Infinite Apparel Collectibles, located at 2107 Shadow Drive, Suite number 4. My friend Eric owns a shop. He has a whole bunch of action figures ranging from Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Funko Pops, and they just now started selling some classic video games like the N64 and Game Boy. See if you're looking for anything, they'll find it. Also want to give a shout out to Anthony Sky Ocho Hobbies, located at 1003 Garfield Street. Oh my God, if Tim were here, he would hate this, but if you think your white trash Pikachu can take on some pompous ass Butterfree, stop by Guy Ocho for their Pokemon tournaments or Digiman. Also, Noble Gaming Warrior, located at 2601 East Saunders Streets. Our former manager Dan runs the joint, and you can play Warhammer, Dungeons and Dragons, all that fun stuff. Also, huge shout out to our Patreon, our lovely home studio here at On the Rocks Tavern, located at 1110 Lincoln Street. And as always, Rins from Below, which is owned and operated by our guest, Herlika Rose. So what new merchandise do you have for us today?
I got a lot of merchandise. I actually recently just got in. I've got a bunch of Beetlejuice stuff. I have tapestries of Beetlejuice, like the size of bed sheets, literally.
Cool.
Giant tapestries. And since the part 2 is coming out,
Yeah.
it's a part 2 or it's just another...
No, it's going to be a part 2. It's going to be a continuation of the original, which
Okay.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. And plus, I just feel that Janet Ortega's, I think the success is going too much to her head. I don't know.
Yeah, I was hearing something too. Didn't she have something about Stranger Things? Isn't she not going to be a part of...
No, she's not going to be a part of the Scream movies
Okay,
anymore.
the Scream, because some other actress
Well, yeah, because
was...
the girl that played her older sister, Melissa Barrera, kind of she kind of gave her opinions on the other side of the argument or the conflict, because like everybody's focused. Well, some people focus on the Israel tragedy, and other people are not focusing on the tragedy with the Palestinians and people that are not connected with Hamas, but just like innocent people. And again, everybody takes it. It's just like a lot. It's like it's complicated, but it's just like human life. People are dying. That was her point. But
Yeah, I heard
people
something
take it the
about
wrong
that
way.
in regards to that. I have reservations too when it comes to this Beetlejuice and so forth. That they're bringing back the old school cast as far as the members and so forth like that,
Yeah.
correct? And which actually is good. That they're not replacing them or anything like that. But as far as for merchandise, Neil, that's what I've gotten. Some awesome Beetlejuice stuff. I also have a cool. I never saw Saw.
Yeah.
The movie Saw. I never saw the series of Saw. How many movies are there of Saw right now?
There's basically 10 now.
Like
well,
10, okay.
there's 10 plus the spin-off with Chris Rock, which brings it to
Okay.
11. But yeah, it's
Okay.
just a lot.
So I got the Saw mask. I guess he had a
Yeah,
mask. I got
Jigsaw.
those they're like prop masks. They're not
Yeah.
like foldable. They're probably really cool. I got those, and I also got Wednesday. Since the second series is coming out now,
Yes.
so she'll get repopularized again, or she'll become a meme again. Hopefully she'll do a different
I
dance.
still have not seen that series.
I liked it. I liked it, and she was my girlfriend for like 2 days. I mean,
Oh,
especially
wow.
with that dance when the meme was
Yeah.
everywhere. I fell in love with her for 2 days. She was my girlfriend.
Yeah, wow.
And then we broke up after that. So, but I got Wednesday stuff, which is really cool. So she should come back. I got a little plush doll of her.
Yeah.
I got makeup bags of her and so forth. As far as that's what I got. And I got a bunch of my board games. I still got the pillows, still got the T-shirts and your candles and your skulls and stuff like that. So that's what I have. And so forth.
Do you sell any of this stuff online? Like if people go to your page or Instagram, could you mail it out to them? Or
Yeah.
I know because locally you set up a pop-up markets here at On the Rocks Tavern at 1110 Lincoln Street, and you also do other pop-up shops in other areas in town, right?
Yes, I do I do on the rocks. I would occasionally do Frontera. I'm looking at doing Cultura, and I'm also going to try to expand. I contacted the Laredo Brewery company and
Yeah.
the Saludos Brewery company, since they have their patios are pretty
Yeah.
big. So what I want to do is, instead of doing pop-up shops where it's me and a couple of vendors, I want to just showcase,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where it's just me, because I have enough merchandise to cover the whole place.
Oh, cool.
So I'm presenting myself like that. Also, Rochas Bar and Grill,
Yeah.
they also have their pop-ups and so forth. So I want to see if I can just showcase my stuff, and I got to go and look at it and just make sure I have enough
Yeah.
space. Contacting them, so in the works about doing that, just to expand a little bit more. I
Yeah.
want to do a variety of different places and all of that jazz.
That's cool. That's cool.
So that's what I do. As far as selling online, I don't do online and stuff. I tried doing I was gonna say Playboy eBay, but it's just now it's just so different. It's like fines and fees and this and cost and then shipping labels. It's just so much. It's just different compared to how it used to be back in
Yeah.
the day. Excuse me. Back in the day, it was just so much different. And stuff like that. So I just stick to just local. If anybody wants anything, they can contact me and I'll let them know, okay, boom, come pick up or I'll meet you somewhere.
Yeah.
Shipping out, I'll definitely do it, but they're going to pay the shipping cost.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
so forth like that. I did sell a pair of spectacles.
Mm-hmm.
I had spectacles glasses. They're for Snapchat, and
Uh-huh.
they're kind of like you put them on and it does a whole 360
Oh,
pan
wow.
around. Like it's cool. You took a photo, like just a regular straight photo,
Yeah.
but the photo is, I don't know how it peripherals it, and you, from doing just you'll see all of your side view. It's like almost like a 3D, really cool. I got those, and those were $199 if you were to buy them on eBay or Amazon.
Yeah.
And I needed to get rid of them, and I put them down for $80. And some guy said, "I'm over here in Washington. My mom needs these spectacles." Blah blah blah. I was like, "No problem, but I'm gonna add $20 for the going to the post office,
Yeah.
having to wrap it, having to bubble wrap it,
The
$20,
gas.
and you're gonna pay the shipping." So he goes, "You know what? Just," he was like, "No problem." So we paid the 20 and the shipping, and we made the deal and blah blah blah. It was a good transaction.
That's cool.
Normally I don't ship, but whatever. If the price is right, I'll definitely do something.
Awesome, awesome. So today we're gonna be talking about a different kind of film. Somewhat, sort of, we're talking about a documentary today. This was one that she chose because we have that rule, guest choose films, and you chose The Acid King, the story of Ricky Castle. That's how you say it, Castle?
Yeah, Ricky Castle. Yeah,
Ricky
it's-
Castle. So, quick synopsis of the film. Ricky Castle is a killer. Oh, he was a young teenage killer. This was like back in the 80s, around 84.
It was an 81.
Yeah, him and two other friends, James Tarino and Albert Guinones. I hope I said those right. Anyway, they ended up killing their friend Gary
Lawrence.
Lawrence. I was gonna say
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence. Yeah, they ended up killing him over. Yeah, we'll get more into it, but like it was like over like he stole drugs. They wanted to repredate. I don't know. They just didn't like it. They killed him. The film just talks about like his the documentary goes with interviews with his friends, the residents of the Newportia. That's what the place starts, right? Newportia.
Newport.
Newport.
It was in Newport.
Long Island, Newport.
Yeah.
And this was also within the midst of the satanic panic of the 80s. Well, 80s and
PMRC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think early 90s, the satanic panic was still there. But
With
it
the
was,
Norwegian.
yeah, it was everywhere. Well, it was anywhere in the U.S. and then other spots in the world. So the media sensationalized all of this and ignored some of the facts or like exaggerated all the facts. And this documentary kind of like goes in the weeds and talks to friends, not family, but just people that were there and grew up in the area at the time. Gives
Locals.
gives the whole thing from their perspective and everything like that. That's basically of this film. Well, what this film is all about. And Castle did not stand trial. He hung himself in jail. And a few movies were made from him. Some residents that went into the film business made a film, and some other ones made other films, and then music. And there was a band called the Acid King that was inspired by him, and they didn't know what he was all about. They just thought the name Acid King was cool. But we'll get into that. So, why did you choose this film first off?
Well, this film, it's actually new. I found it on, where did I find it? On Tubi.
Uh-huh.
I found it on Tubi. I was just going through Tubi and so forth. I had already seen a couple. Well, first off, I read the book back in
Okay.
'84 when this whole thing came out. I
Yeah.
guess the book came out in '85. So the book is called "Say You Love Satan." We'll get
Right.
into that as far as for the title itself. The "Say You Love Satan." I read that when I was a teenager, back 16, back
Yeah.
in the day, and so forth. I got a hold of it at a bookstore since I would read about true crime and go in bookstores and libraries and stuff. And I saw it, and it's a great book. You know, the little small trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
Just and the picture itself of his face where they caught him like with the media and so forth. He has
Yeah.
this like wild look in his eye, and his like mouth is like open and stuff. And his hair, he had like that Farrah Fawcett kind
Yeah.
of like wild hair and stuff. And just the title, "Say You Love Satan." So from there, and then after that, with social media now, documentaries and YouTube, there's several movies that are done out. One of them is called Ricky Six.
Yeah.
There's a documentary, I believe it's called Satan in the Suburbs. That one's actually really good
Yeah.
too. Satan in the Suburbs, and I believe just in general, small little commentaries about Ricky Castro. I don't know if I'm missing any other movies, but there's Ricky Six, those two documentaries, and now we have this right now, which
Yeah.
just came out. So when I saw it, it's called The Acid King, and then they showed his face. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
saw it, and then I mentioned this to you, and so I just thought it would be something different. Have you ever done satanic? Like, you don't really do documentaries, you do movies, correct?
Yeah, we do movies or mockumentaries,
And
but we
through-
haven't done an actual documentary. And
As far as that, but as far
Yeah.
as movies, have you done it? And how many shows have you had? Right now, you've already hit.
we just passed 200, so right now I don't recall doing. We done movies based on serial killers or actually no, I don't think we have.
So you don't like from all the movies that you've
Yeah.
reviewed and so forth. Satanic ones you don't really do.
No, we
besides
do do
like your
satanic.
witch board or
We do satanic films like possessions or ghost stories or things like that, but not one for like it has to do. Well, there was this one film that came out in the 2019 or 2018 called Satanic Panic, but it was more like a horror comedy.
Okay.
But it was based in the 80s and it was written by one of my favorite authors. I was gonna say arts. My favorite author is Grady Hendrix. He wrote the film and it was directed. Oh, this director has a badass name, Chelsea Stardust. Isn't that a
Nice.
badass
Yeah,
name?
yeah. Mm.
But yes, they directed that. But no, the title was just there. But the Satanic Panic has always intrigued. Oh wait, no, Trick or Treat.
Oh
The
yeah,
one-
Trick or
the
Treat.
one
That's
with-
I haven't seen that movie
the one,
since it came out.
Yeah, the Tim Curry. I want to say Tim Curry, but that's not the rock star's name. But yes, it was made during the Satanic Panic. It was made during it because the Satanic Panic had to do with like rock and roll and the devil, and the AC stands for like Antichrist, devil, child, and that
Or,
was something that was brought in the
Or
film.
After Christ, Devil Comes.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, I remember.
The people, oh my god, like.
I'm sorry to stop you
yeah.
real quick and say the ACDC, like in the words, and even Kiss, the
Yeah.
KIS says, what was it? What they had
Knights
said
and Satans.
it's Satan's, something like that,
Yeah.
like Wasp, the band Wasp, Blackie Lawless and stuff, the WASP, that we are sexually perverted.
Yeah, we are sexual perverts.
Or we are sexually perverted. Or
Yeah.
something like that, like just how, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
like Tipper Gore, like led the charge against
Yeah.
like these metal bands, and like our homeboy, he doesn't get that much love, but he does, but like he doesn't get talked about that much, but like like our boy D. Snyder, like went up to the Congress, like in his like denim vest, like torn jeans, white shirt, sunglasses, wild hair, and he talked real elegant and
Exactly.
so forth. And
But the thing is, I mean, it's and this is from D himself. It's in the I believe the Behind the Music, the Twisted Sister Behind the Music.
yeah.
After when Twisted Sister, they were very very popular. I think if I'm correct, they had outbeat Quiet Riot, and don't quote me on it. I believe Twisted Sister got the first #1 song before Quiet Riot did, unless it's vice versa. Anyways, D. Snyder said that after he did that, he went in there making a point because they were making seem like they're all druggies and they're all alcoholics and satanic and perverted and practically killers and stuff. D. Snyder said, I am a married man, I have 2 kids, I do not drink, I do not smoke, I do not take drugs. and stuff like that. And he said that after he said that, he was trying to prove a point as far as for just because we look like this doesn't mean that we do what you think we do.
Yeah.
And he said that they pretty much went downfall from there. The Twisted Sister, the fans, the loyal fans were like, what? You don't do drugs? You're married? You have kids? Like, when you see Dee Snider and he's dressed up and he's on the out, wild man and stuff, you don't want to think of him going home after a concert to his wife and kids and not smoking a cigarette or something.
Yeah.
And he said it went downfall. And the reason why after that, when I believe the next album they did, I can't think of it off the bat, but you remember when he filed his teeth?
Yeah.
He made his teeth like pointy. He said he had to feel like he had to do something edgy and something wild just to kind of bring back the hype of Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
Because him saying that, it just went wonk, wonk, wonk on Twisted Sister. He was like, that was our demise, pretty much, of that. That's why he told him he had to go and do this and file his teeth and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Money makes us do crazy things. Or
But
lack of
that
money.
was scary. I mean, like that whole thing when they started putting the stickers on
Yeah, the
explicit,
parental advisory.
those stickers and stuff like that. But a lot of people said, well, thank you very much because you just made our record sales go up by putting that. Then you know it's bad, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And stuff. So then I'm really gonna buy it because you're telling me not to buy it. I'm gonna buy it, kids. It's like saying don't put your hand in the fire, and they're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna do it.
Well, yeah.
And stuff like that.
That's why, like going ahead, like in the documentary, but that's why
Yeah.
the singer for the Acid King, like, like she was 16, like, like she
Yeah.
saw that book, she's like, oh, this is interesting. And like, she just read it and bought
Yeah.
it. Like, people, yeah, even, well, that kind of brings up the whole thing about, well, let's go with the thing, because that's what this documentary says, that like, since the moment that Ricky was born, it kind of painted a picture that he was unwanted by his father.
Exactly.
And he was treated like shit, and again, I think documentary kind of focused on that, like, a lot of kids that are lost, they look for something to be a part of it. For most of the kids, especially around this time, Satan was
Yeah,
available
exactly,
for them.
right? Satan loves me.
Yeah.
Give me a hug.
I mean, that's like there's a meme now, and I think before there was a meme, there was a shirt, but like, like that says like Jesus is busy, but I'm here. Or
Yeah.
let's say like God's busy, but hey, I'm available.
Yeah.
Or
I want to chat and I want to play.
yeah, like something like I got there's like my head is exploding with all those
Perfect
memes,
fine.
but there's like so much up there that says like Jesus may be in heaven, but Satan has cookies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, it was I don't want to say teenage angst, but there was just something, in my opinion, obviously this is all my opinion, but there was just something so relatable to them when they would read those books, or like they would find like some kind of kinship in it, because they felt like outsiders. And well, Satan is the
exactly.
ultimate outsider.
Or the Ouija board, like, using the Ouija board, and that was like the ultimate Satan thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I guess reading the Satanic Bible, but like the Ouija board is the ultimate upside down cross.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, like talk about satanic and scary, like exorcism and stuff like that. So, but with that being with Ricky Castle and stuff, it's weird when you see this documentary. I highly recommend it, like to see it in regards to that. You don't really have to know anything about it going in, because it does. I think it explains very well in regards to what had happened and stuff. If you read the book and the movie, in the documentary, they do mention that the book was BS.
Yeah.
That when this came out, this was big news over there in Newport and stuff. So everybody wanted a piece of the story. Everybody was scrambling and all that stuff. He was a satanic lord, or he had his own cult and all that stuff. He was far from that. He did not have
it's just, again, like, it all had to do with a police officer. They misquoted a police officer. He said something just like loosely, and they just ran with it.
They ran with it, yeah.
They totally ran with it, because he just the news media's. I remember like, what was that club, the Knights of Satan, or the Knights of the Black Circle?
Uh-huh.
they just automatically associated them with Ricky, but he wasn't even part of the group.
Yeah, far from it. If anything, I think Ricky was shy. I mean, as far as the way they describe him, he was like really shy. He was like a tall guy as well and stuff, like shy. Like he just shied away. He just happened to look, because he had the long little like stringy hair
Yeah.
and the white and then the color piercing eyes, or he like his hazel or blue crystal eyes and
He
stuff.
was also like, just from the way that this documentary perceived him, he was just such a loner.
Exactly.
Like just complete, like he had a small circle, and even with the killing, it was only 2 other people with him. Like it was that guy. Let me go back to
It
your
was
name.
Gary. It
No.
was Jimmy Toronto.
Yeah, Jimmy Toronto and what was
The other guy that really had nothing to do with it. The guy was pretty much a bystander.
Yeah, Alberto Guinness or what?
Yeah.
Mathis? Yeah.
Jimmy Toronto was the one who, if anything, did more. And depending on the story, since they were constantly high and so forth,
Yeah.
and the stories change and so forth. So.
And that's the thing, like, since he was kicked out of the home 13, like, he was, and I'm sure, and I'm sorry if I'm painting this guy as being sympathetic or nothing, but this is the facts, that was happening to him. He was kicked out of 13 by his father. He didn't have anywhere to go, didn't have money, so he went to the oldest profession, not prostitution, but drugs. The second oldest profession.
He also
Like-
had, didn't he have, if I'm correct, the older man? Didn't they call him the?
Yeah,
Who
like,
was like a mentor? This man was like a mentor to him.
yeah, it was a Vietnam vet. They would call him Father Time or the pagan something.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay with Father Time. That's the one that I
I got you,
remember
I
more.
got
But yeah, he was like the guru.
Mm-hmm.
Like a quick side note. When I had the idea of starting a podcast, I told one of my coworkers that, hey, because one of my coworkers was like this metal guy, and I had heard on Chris Jericho's podcast. When I would hear Chris Jericho's podcast, but he would always talk about how, like, when he would go to the record store, right there outside the record store was the metal guru. That one person, that one guy that knows a shitload of metal
Who's
information.
the Eddie Trunk of metal?
Yeah, like that was just like, give you like, oh yeah, have you heard of this band? They're so great and different stuff. So, like when I started, when I had the idea of my podcast, the early inception of it, I was always thinking like I should have a segment for the metal guru.
Nice. You know what? You should.
I should just to have that. But yes, like this was his like Satan guru, because this guy was so disillusioned. He was a Vietnam vet. He was disillusioned with America, and again, he fell inside the cracks. He was an outsider, and where do outsiders go? They look to the ultimate outsider, Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, whatever. That guy has so many names. Or
Yeah,
the
right.
Morning Star.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was his guru. That was his his shaman. I'll dare say shaman. So he would go to him for advice, or God knows what. Well, I'm pretty sure they would take acid. Well, yeah, he would sell LSD, right?
It was LSD, mescaline, and acid.
Acid.
Me personally, what is mescaline? What is mescaline, and what is LSD and acid? What are the difference between those 3 drugs? Because to me, they're all the same. I mean, I've never tried them, but LSD, acid, and then mescaline. What do you know the difference of these drugs?
No, not really. But when they would say dust, I was thinking, are they talking about
Angel dust, right? But is angel dust like a? What is angel dust? Is it like a form of? I don't know.
I don't know.
And is it? I mean, obviously, dust you snort it, or is it a tab, or like a little? I mean, what is mescaline? Is it a pill? Is it a?
Let's look at it.
Yeah,
because now
like
I'm kinda
let's.
curious.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go to the homepage. How do you even spell mescaline? Oh, you know what? I'll
Hit
just
the autocorrect on it.
mescaline.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see the meaning of mescaline. It's a hallucinogenic intoxicating compound in pills from a peyote cactus. Oh, so it's like peyote. And
What is peyote?
peyote?
Yeah. Is that a mushroom?
No, that's a cactus.
What are you making in a tea?
I don't know. I've never done it. I heard it before, but I know. What was the other one?
There's LSD,
Yeah, no,
there's acid, and there's mescaline. I don't even know if they did PCP. I wouldn't doubt it, PC, but they don't. I don't think they mentioned PCP. It's LSD, acid, and mescaline.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go into this machine now, and decipher what is the difference between angel dust and mescaline. Okay, angel dust. Mescaline. There's no notes. They're just both the same.